Welcome back to BNC Live and happy Independence Day to my natural hair brothers and sisters out there. Today is National Crown Day and marks the second anniversary of the signing of the Crown Act, which stands for creating a respectful and open world for natural hair. The law prohibits race-based discrimination based on hairstyle and texture. 13 states and at least 29 municipalities have legislation based on the Crown Act. A federal bill was introduced in both chambers of Congress in March 2021. Joining us now as we celebrate National Crown Day are two of the women behind the Crown Act, President and COO of Joy Collective, Arlena Nwaka and Blanchard, and legislative strategist of Joy Collective and founder and CEO of ABA Consulting LLC, Ajawa B. Samoa. Thank you both so much for joining us on a very important day to all of our curly hair folks out there. Welcome to BNC.
Hello, thank you so much, Brittany. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, big story for us, obviously here. It's been a lot of work in progress for this. So you both are two of many Black women who are behind the Crown Act and National Crown Day. Tell us about that experience, and we'll start with you, Arlena.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so glad. Brittany, first of all, let me say this. I celebrate and honor the natural hairstyle and protective hairstyle you have. So thank you for showing us and being an example of that. But I'm glad you asked the question the way you asked it, because there absolutely are many Black women behind this movement, in front of this movement, and deep in the trenches every single day. And honestly, I'm so humbled and privileged to be one of those women who have helped lead this movement from the beginning. The experience has been life-changing, to be honest. And 3 years ago, we were approached by a woman named AC Eggleston Bracey, who leads a beauty and personal care business for North America at Unilever. And the Dove brand is part of her portfolio. And she approached us to have a discussion about creating a much more inclusive experience of beauty for Black women and girls. At the same time, we saw so many stories of hair discrimination in the news, place in schools. And at that time, we knew it was a civil rights issue. And that's when we connected and began to work with Ajawa, who is one of the foremost racial equity and legislative experts you will ever meet. And from there, we created a relationship with Senator Holly Mitchell in California. And really, that's the journey and the experience of the Crown Act that has started a movement that's gone globally, to be honest. And it's been game-changing.
Yeah, it's a very important movement because we should be able to look and feel how we want to feel and wear our hair. And Aja, what does this mean? What does this day in particular mean to you?
Well, I have to echo my sister's thoughts about your crown being absolutely fabulous. And again, thank you so much for having us. To me, today is a celebration of the beauty and the versatility of Black hair, of course, whether it's natural but blown out in bumps like mine is today, or in a twist out or curly like we tend to do. But it is also a reminder that we are truly, truly powerful, not just with our hair, but also with our organizing and our ability to be able to influence public policy. Because again, Black public opinion must also influence public policy. And today is really a reminder of just that.
And you are so right about that. And you know, we mentioned this, 13 states and 29 municipalities have enacted the Crown Act or laws inspired by it, and federal bill was introduced to Congress earlier this year, as we mentioned. How monumental is this move, Awaja?
All of it is absolutely historic. The fact that you have four sisters who have, been leading this fight since the very beginning, but it was monumental when it was originally introduced by Senator Cory Booker in the Senate and former Congressman Cedric Richmond, who actually passed it in the United States House of Representatives. So we celebrated that. We have so much more work to do. We are forever grateful that Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman has reintroduced this bill alongside Senator Cory Booker, and we are looking forward to celebrating the passage of the federal Crown Act.
And Ajua, you mentioned a very key point there. You said that we have made so much progress, but there's so much more work to be done. So, Orlena, what were some of the challenges you all faced in order to get this law passed?
Oh, well, it's a great question because you wouldn't believe that people don't understand how hair is an extension of our Blackness and our racial identity, and how much hair is perceived to be trivial. So, as Ajua can attest to, as can I, much of the challenges came from people dismissing and trivializing a conversation around hair, not understanding that hair, historically, Black hair, has been used to deny us both social and economic and educational opportunities. So a lot of the challenge had been education and really ensuring that the masses in this country and even globally understand how much hair is an intrinsic characteristic of race.
Yeah. And Ajua, before we let you ladies go, now the Olympics is around the corner. Recently, it was announced that Soul Cap, which is designed for swimmers with natural black hair, has been banned from the Olympics. What is your take on this?
So I have not done all of the research, but I can say just, what it appears to be is a complete dismissal that we have different needs, and that, again, we are versatile in terms of our hair. So while I have not done all of the research, on its face, it appears that it's beyond problematic that we aren't afforded the opportunity per this governing body to have what it is that we need in order to compete.
And Orlena, what about you? What do you think about that?
Well, I think Ajua said it perfectly. It reinforces the fact that we still have a really, really long way to go for hair equity, beauty equity, but just normalizing Black hair and normalizing Blackness.
Yeah. Well, we know so many more states need to make some changes to these laws to make sure they accept our curly hair, our locks, or whatever it is, or whatever way we choose to wear our hair. We appreciate the work that both of you ladies have done, and all of the folks out there who are still working. We appreciate your time. Ajua and Orlena, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so
Brittany.
much for having us.
Yes, you ladies take care.